Be bold and speak up. That's how you live called. And then he says, but be humble and be teachable. How many of us can agree that we're not always teachable? Come on, raise your hand if you're honest. Now, teenagers, you're going to love this story because my son taught me this lesson once. I had a water heater that was leaking. We lived in Elk Grove. It was a cheap old house. And this water heater had a little valve at the bottom of the water heater, and the little valve was leaking. Lucas, are you with me? There you go. And it was leaking. And so my wife said, you should call a plumber to fix that leak. And I said, I don't want to pay that money. Any men in here know what I'm talking about? I'm just going to consult the Google machine and learn how to be a plumber for myself. So all the wives are like, oh no, we know where this is going. And so I looked on Google and it said, first thing you do is you shut off the valve to the water heater, did that. Then you put a garden hose on this valve. You run the garden hose out to your backyard. You open the valve up, it drains it. Then you put the new valve on. So it's simple enough. Put the garden hose on, ran it out to my backyard. It started to drain, came home from work. It wasn't draining anymore. What I didn't realize is that sediments had clogged the hose. That's why it wasn't draining. I went and I knocked on it to listen to see for sure if it was empty, because I'm an expert at what an empty water heater sounds like, right? Sounded empty, so I took a channel wrench and I put it on there and I gave it one twist, and this valve shot across my garage and thousands of gallons of water started pouring out everywhere. And there was an empty Target container, because every American garage has an empty Target container in it, right? And I started like carrying the water out as fast as I could. My wife comes out and she's carrying the water. My son, freshman in high school, walks into the garage. He goes, hey Dad, you didn't turn off the valve right. That's why that's happening. I said, no, I turned it off. It's just the last few bits. It was clogged or something. He's like, no, you didn't turn it off. I said, yes, I did. Would you for once help your mom out over here instead of always correct? All right, did you? And we had this fight for about 5 minutes. He walked out to the front yard, took the cover off the main water to the house, reached in, turned the whole water off to the whole house, came back, and about 4 minutes later, it stopped draining. So I looked at him, I said, I guess we were both right then. Because I don't want my 16-year-old to teach me anything, even though that's what 16-year-olds are designed by God to do for you. 16-year-olds, give me an amen over there. Thank you. Sometimes it's hard to put yourself in the position of a learner, especially when the truth is not comfortable. But the sign of a called life, the sign of a significant life, the sign of someone who's not going to be an average person who lives an average, know-nothing life that's quickly forgotten after you're gone, is the person who says, even when I don't want to receive the truth, I want to receive the truth.